Shout out, we are back. We are back. Shout out to the Mailroom Nation, the Mailroom Goons. Shout out to all the people in the chat. Good to see you guys here. Yes, where we at? Where we at? Look at this guy. We're here, right? Shout out to the Mailroom Goons and Mailroom Nation. Shout out to the people that come into the chat each and every day. Let me remove him right quick until he shut that music down. That's what we'll do. Let me uh give me a moment to give him a text on that message. On that music. Shout out to the Mailroom Nation. King, what's going on? Mike Barnes? Marlena Williams, Michelle. What's going on? Postmaster General. Let me see. Let me give him a text. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. All right, there you go. Yeah. Now popped in the first
I
time. You had
switched.
some music, man, like you was creating
No,
a monster.
I switched. I had to switch laptops because my other one was showing kind of blurry.
Oh, okay. Got you. How you doing today, bro?
I'm super, man. I'm good. Under circumstances, man. What's going on with the global bullshit. I'm good, man. Human wise, physically,
Super.
I'm good. I'm super, man.
Super is a nice word to describe it too. I appreciate it, man.
And how about
Shout
yourself?
out to
How about yourself, King?
I'm doing well, man. I'm getting there. I'm about I guess about 90%. I'm getting there.
I mean, that's
But
fair.
nonetheless, we're here and we're here to do the work, man. It's Foolishness Friday as usual. That's what we do. You know what I mean? Not in regards to you. That's my thing. It has nothing to do with
Right.
our guests.
Yeah, I get it.
I just want to.
It's
I
the
want to.
entitlement. It's the entitlement.
Yeah, there you go. So,
So
what's
yeah.
been going? Tell us about what's been going happening with you since the last time we interviewed, and we'd like to know how's the career going, man? Because you got multiple things that you indulge in, and I just want to catch back up with you. How's things been going with you?
Oh man, it's a roller coaster ride for a real one, man. When you got your soul and you lock down on your soul, and everything that you do is independent, and it's ownership behind that independency of power. It's a different triumph. It's a different climb. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't bent over backwards a few times. I ain't sold my ass and sold my soul within this industry. So my climb is different from a lot of these cats, man. A lot of these ninjas been sold their ass, sold their soul, they mind, they heart, everything, bro. So it's like for me, my climb is different. But I'm going to the levels of where I'm supposed to go, man. The grace of Allah, God, man, because I believe in Him and I believe in myself. If nothing else, I don't give a fuck if I don't have now one supporter believe in me. I believe in me, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. So I'm cool, man. I got a few different projects in store right now on hand, man. Like I said, I had sent you some earlier, giving you an opportunity to check out some of my work, man. That was a project I did a couple of years back with a cool little independent company, man. They called me in and wanted me to come in and do a cameo appearance for them. And the director specifically had this intro in mind, and he didn't want an individual to play this particular intro of the film outside of myself. So they reached out to me, and of course, I told him, man, with honor, I do it with honors, man, and a lot of situations within this particular industry, man. What a lot of cats, a lot of individuals don't understand dealing with this industry. I've been in it 20 years, bro. Um, within those 20 years, I've had a lot of opportunities thrown at me where it could have took my career to a whole nother level if had I crossed over. Then being a single father, raising twins by myself. When I say single, I mean really single, bro. No wife, no woman support as far as the aspect of being in my household 24/7. That came along down the line. But in the beginning of me taking this transition in 2007 and then altering my whole entire life, man, it just took me on another level. So I had to turn down a lot of deals. I had a lot of deals thrown at me where I had to literally turn them down, bro, because I couldn't jump up and leave for 4 or 5 months on locations and do these films because of my kids. They was 4 or 5 years old at the time, bro. So I had to really, really sacrifice. So motherfuckers don't really know my passion and my pain in this shit, bro, and what I've been through, my struggle, man. Then being the fact that, I slapped the shit out of Reese Cup back in the days, man, for trying to steal my album title. His little fruity ass ended up blackballing me for several years. And for those who don't know what Reese Cup means, because I have a tendency to have it, I give, as Charlie would say, clusters. I give busters their own names. I'm talking about Tyrese Gibson, the world-renowned R&B singer, man. I had to slap his ass up and fire on one of his bodyguards. And my little homie Too Tall, he whipped out and fired on one of them niggas as well. So it injected a riot in 2001 at Drew Medical Center. And so I ended up getting blackballed, bro, on a couple of major films. Like I was supposed to co-star in Baby Boy, got fired. As John Singleton hired me, I got fired. Turned around, I got fired. I got hired on Waist Deep by Bondi Curtis. I was supposed to co-star in Waist Deep. They gave Game my original role. That role was my role. I would have been Meathead. They gave the role to Game. I got the original script right now, still, the breakdowns, the production breakdown, everything. I would have ate that motherfucking role, that character up, bro. I'd have took it to a whole nother level. But because of my attitude and coming out of the streets as a real individual from these streets, see, that's why I say the industry in hip hop control of the streets, and we're gonna touch on that as well. But me really coming out these streets, bro, being a real major D-boy once upon my time, man, and really being one of those rectables from my neighborhood, man. I came in the industry with that same attitude and that same drive and that same momentum. So a lot of shit in this industry, bro, I had to sit back and revamp myself and learn and recondition myself because a lot of people didn't want to fuck with me. They were scared, they were afraid of me. Still right now today, I got a lot of these old fake ass bloggers, I've been told they want to interview me, but they scared of me. What the fuck they scared of? They ain't did nothing to me. It's an interview. So what the fuck is you gonna be scared of an interview for unless you got bad intentions? See, that's what that is. You got bad intentions or something. So my thing is, bro, I had to really, really sit back and humble myself in a lot of ways. And of course, down the line, me being adapt to a situation where I fell in love with this young lady, man, and she became my queen and the supporter of my household with my kids, to where that kind of really started conditioning me to say, okay, let me take my shit to another level and let me sit back and learn on a different level now, because I had this woman in my ear telling me, like, babe, like, you stopping yourself. Think about it. And in actuality, when I sit back and look at it, it was truth. It was facts. So I rekindled my situation, called a meeting with Tyrese, the homie GP from Rolling 60s was his manager at the time. The homie GP, shout out to GP. GP was his manager at the time. That's when he was signed at RCA. And we had a meeting. I went downtown, had a meeting with him and shit, man. Had to sit down with him and his crew. And we squared everything. The bottom line was, he he wanted to know why was my pressure so much on him. And then not only that, here come my little homie from the back stretch, little stretch sweat the nigga on his head, little stretch on his bumper about, whatever little stretch on his bumper about. That's little stretch business. I didn't have nothing to do with that, but they thought I sick stretched on him as well. So they thinking it's a combination. They think it's me getting at him and then little stretch getting at him. First of all, nigga, young nigga, like I told him, you don't owe me $1. You don't owe me no money, homie. What you owe me is respect, and you gonna give me that. Feel me? And so what it is I worked hard. I spent $80,000, bro, of my hard earning, hustling, independent money, producing an album in 1997 and 98. And then we had to change my independent record label around because we were called Cash Money Brothers then, and C&B hit, Baby and them hit. So when they hit before us, of course, me being a good, smart businessman, I changed the title, changed my name up, changed my crew up to Watch Theory Assassins. But at first, we were CMBs, Cash Money Brothers, from the Jordan Downs, PJs, Nixon Garden, Mona Park area, 10-8, 110th, 118. I had young cats signed from each one of those perimeters doing the pre-treated area. So I snatched a lot of young niggas, man, and I signed them to my independent label at that time. I had over 32 dancers broke up into groups, and they was ranged from Redondo Beach area all the way from San Bernardino. My main choreographer was from San Bernardino. So I had created a real major buzz for like 5 years in the city of Los Angeles, dog, doing my PCE years, which is Paper Chase Entertainment, which is my company, still my company today. And we were at a party at Jamie Foxx's house and shit. Jamie Foxx was throwing a party, so I had my crew out there, and we was at a party in San Fernando, and we were leaving because the police raided the party. And so when the raid came down, they told everybody had to leave. So we leaving. So as we leaving Jamie Foxx in them spot, one of my little soldiers ran up to me and told me, so, yo, Cap, what's the guy's name we just had a meeting on that stole the album titled 2,000 Watts? I said, you mean Reese Cup? He's like, yeah. He said, man, he back there in a black car with a chick. So I busted you on him. Went back, pushed up on him, young nigga, got at him, tapped on the window, told him roll his window down. He rolled the window down, stuck my whole head, body in the car. Told me, what's up, homie? Where you from, nigga? You know who I am? I said, well, allow me to introduce myself. I'm CEO Nino Cappuccino of Paper Chase Entertainment. And somehow, some way, man, you got a hold of my album title, homie. That's my concept. That's my shit. So I told him, give me a phone number or give me your management number, whoever managed you, give me your number, make contact. We need to do a sit down and holler. So we did that. I went and met up with them at M&M's originally. At M&M's and shit on the west side with GP and them and a couple of his boys, and had a couple of my soldiers with me. I went and did a sit down meeting with them at M&M's. So after that, we came to a conclusion to say, well, let's do two versions of it, two albums, a 2,000 watt R&B album and a 2,000 watts hip hop album, with Reese Cup doing a feature on my album. Okay, cool. So we came to that agreement. But somehow down the line, he decided to switch reels on me, man. So when come 2,000 watts day, I had to show this young ninja my power, man. You know, the power that I hold in watts on me, and just in the city of who I am as running real individuals, period. So I kicked off a motherfucking major riot and tore shit up back in 2000 and let them niggas know they come following year ain't gonna be no more 2,000 watts concerts if I ain't involved, nigga. Ain't gonna be no more. So the next following year, they made sure all our shit was set up and we performed. When I say we, I'm talking about my young homies, about the Jordan Downs at the time, PJs. I had Gray Streets, PJs, Baby Loads, Mona Parks, you name. I had a Crips and Bloods. We were united together, and I pushed that line like that, homie. So I was putting these youngsters on and putting them in position to get them signed to other situations, bro. So we were pushing that type of line. But nevertheless, that's what put me in a position where I had to sit back and really vamp myself and learn, man, from that, because not realizing that, this young cat was already ahead of me in his career, although he's not significantly out of Watts, primarily from Watts like me, but he had a grandmother stayed in Watts. He went to La High School. You know what I'm saying? Huh?
You say he's not significantly out of Watts. Well, why does he always?
He said, listen, bro, he said it himself. Within his storylines, later on down the line, he came to admittance of himself that I'm not from Watts. My grandmother grew up My grandmama lived in Watts. I lived in my granny house, but I don't consider myself from Watts. I ain't from Watts. I'm not from nowhere, man. I'm from New York. This is when, I ended up, doing what I had to do, and the nigga ran up out of here. But nevertheless, bro, the moral of the story was this, man. It's about my learning process. It ain't about me bragging or boasting of what I did to the cat. It was the fact that shit happened, but it cost me in the end. It cost me in my career. It cost me on major deals and situations that was brought before me because of this. So I had to learn from it. So I'm expressing it based on my learning, accountability that came from it. Not the fact, yeah, I did that. Because if I had to do it all over again, I would have did it a different manner. I would have handled it in a different manner. For me,
Are you
just from
still
some business
pushing
perspective.
that alliance that you established? Are you still pushing the Crip and Blood alliance? Is
Hell
that
yeah.
something?
See that?
Okay.
See, and that's something that we definitely. That's why we're here tonight to even speak on that, because I'm to the point, man, where this internet is so fucking fake, bro, and watered down. And for me, when I come on here, a lot of people, especially the out of towners, I don't expect all you out of towners to adapt to me and know who I am. I don't give a fuck. You're entitled to your opinion. The time you and I and any other individuals came over here, opened our door up to reveal certain things and share our storylines and our experiences in life, we open that door up for individuals to give opinions. Now, whether they right or wrong, that's an opinion. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, a lot of these people don't know me. So I don't get in my feelings like a lot of dudes come on this and they get on their feelings and shit. I don't bite into a lot of that shit because I know they don't know me. And then sometimes, these suckers kind of get to me with aggravation because I know I'm a type of dude, I'm a fighter, I'm temperamental. I deal with a nigga right there on the spot if you got a problem with me. It ain't no fake shit with this internet shit with me, man. So it's like, you can't decipher that shit because there's so many fake ass motherfuckers on this internet. Then you have to really catch yourself and realize, okay, man, this is a platform, you talk to a nigga 1,000 miles away somewhere, tucked in his mama house or his baby mama house, in the basement somewhere, if he in the house, if the nigga ain't sitting in his car some damn where. You know what I mean? So I have to, really realize these things. So what I'm saying is, being in this industry has taught me a lot as far as my discipline and my conditions are coming out of the streets. So I want a nigga come from the industry, want to be in the streets like the industry is today. You got the industry that adapt to the streets and took over the streets. I came from the streets to get away from the streets, to do something with my life differently, to better take care of my family and set careers for myself, bro. So I got out of the streets. I was self-retired, pulled myself out of that shit, out of the equation in which I was in for damn near 29 to 30 years actively of my life, dog. Bang. Nothing but straight body hunter. Feel me? Straight, as we used to call C-can, B-can, all the above, because I was really a gang banger. So, and I know 1,000 niggas that gang bang just like me, from the red and the blue team. So for us to be able to pull ourselves out of those equations, bro, is a godly thing and a beautiful thing. I don't give a fuck about a nigga's opinion, because I know where I come from. So in the process, I still got certain things I'm adapted to as far as my learning to snap, grab myself, check myself, because I know the circumstances we in and the situations. So man, just overall, bro, like I say, I had to make a real big sacrifice within my career of raising my kids by myself until down the line I got adapted, got involved into a relationship.
Let me ask you a question, but how did that circumstance, you becoming a single father, how did that evolve? How did it even come about? Can you talk about that?
Oh, Mel, listen, bro. I'm writing the book. It's called Father Sacrifice. Remember I told you I had a 20-book catalog. So this is one of my novels that's been released in an independent film as well. It's called Father Sacrifice, based on true story, true events, of course, which is about me and my kids and my baby mama. However, bro, I'm just gonna make it short. I'll give it to you in details another time as far as that actual story, but put it like this. For me to be who I am, man, and have the type of reputation I have, and I come home one day, feel me, and my situation ain't right. Bro, when I say right, I'm talking about, I can remember sitting on penitentiary yards and I was the mediator of these type of conversations all the time. And you know how you and the homies, we sit back and you in the county jail and niggas be saying, hey homie, what would you do? You came home and Jody was thumping your shit. I ain't talking about your BITCH, I'm talking about your main woman, your wife, your woman, the woman you love. What would you do? You know what the average dude say? Nigga, I'm killing shit. I'm murdering shit. I'm gonna blow that whole head off, I'm gonna blow his head off. And I used to go, what? But hold on, homie, think about it.
You going to the penitentiary
Why you gonna
too.
kill the dude? Yeah, I said, first of all, why you gonna kill the dude or kill her? And your life is destroyed too, so you might as well turn the gun on yourself and blow your own damn brains out, which is all the way cowardice if you ask me. Bro, can't nobody never answer that question until you face with the reality of that situation happening to you. So I used to always tell niggas from a common standpoint, why would you kill, right? So since you asked me that question, huh?
I say people are powerless over situations and things if you really think about it.
So since you asked that question, I'm expressing it to you like this, bro. How I ended up with my situation of raising my kids on my own was I came home one day. I had just been on tour. I've been gone with Bun for about 2 months. Came home off tour. Got to my house at the condo in Signal Hills back then. Caught 3 niggas in my shit, homie. Not 1, 3. I didn't catch 4 murders. I didn't kill everybody in the house. I grabbed my babies and I left, homie. That's all I'm gonna say. And it altered my whole entire life, bro, from that point on. So for me to be who I am, to have that kind of strength at that moment, and I'm talking about, dog, I was high when I walked in. When I seen these niggas, I locked the door and I said, nigga, ain't that nigga moving. Blood, who is you niggas? Blood, where you niggas from? I immediately reached to the back. I said, nigga, touch that doorknob again, I'm gonna blow your motherfucking brains out. Get your ass over there, nigga, out the way, don't move. I walked over and locked the door. I didn't let nobody out the house because I wanted to know what the fuck was going on. Once I asked a couple questions, the one individual revealed what was happening. Like, man, I'm fucking with it, man. And okay, on some real G shit, I tell the nigga, all right, nigga, I got my babies and I left, homie.
What is it? Let me ask you.
Put me in that situation.
What is it about us that have to let people know that whether we are cuz of blood in circumstances? What is that about?
Oh, well, shit, you know what it is, man. It's street shit, bro. It's not something that
right.
You cannot be adapt to when you come out of that life phase and you in them streets. And then at that time, I'm still in it. I'm still a part of me still there, bro. Huh?
I say it happens often when we get. It happens often when we become angry.
What? Well, yeah, but me then yes, but not now. For me now, not now. So I don't hit cats up, bro. I don't hit cats up. Ask brothers where you from, or if I'm implying an introduction and I ask them from where I'm from, where you from, it's on a different level. They know, hey, where you from? What set you from, nigga? You banging? That's different. I was like, bro, you from the town or you OT? Where you grew up at, brother? I might ask them like that, just from inquiring as us having a conversation. But to just hit cats up, I don't do that shit no more, Melly, because I put it like, again, we going back to the marker speaking about the gang aspect. So it's like this. It would be me being a hypocrite to turn around and hit individuals up, especially my age and my era, my time. And I'm constantly letting the world know, and I've constantly put it out there that I'm retired, bro. I'm a retired bounty hunter, straight up. I'm a self-retired fucking known bounty hunter. So when it comes to gangs, I can give a fuck about some gang shit, man. I don't care about that shit no motherfucking more. I can give a fuck. What I care about is the change of it. Do we make a difference of the change of it? It's what I care about. So when I come over here and I see a lot of these dudes on here, they got 1 foot in and 1 foot out, or a piece of a hand in, and the rest of the body is over here. Man, that shit ain't no good for us. And it's no good for individuals like me who's really coming along with good intentions, who's really trying to speak the righteous, just like yourself and other individuals. But then you got these fake ass leaders over here, got these fake ass souls called shot callers over here, but niggas is on the internet with the bullshit. That's being
Was it was
hypocritical, man. I mean, come on,
was
it
it
won't balance.
anything was it anything out of the bounty hunter life that prepared you for fatherhood?
Um, shit, no. Hell no. But how can a game
So
prepare you
what
for
do you
fatherhood,
say?
bro?
So what you said you had
That's
to
the
learn on
great.
the
No, what prepared me for fatherhood is because I had a biological father, bro.
fly.
I don't got the story. My daddy was a dope fiend, so he wasn't in my life. So I don't know how to be a man. I had a man
Uh,
raise me. I had men raise me. Whether they was my uncles, my father rest in peace, my big homies, there was seniors over me or older cats. I had men raise me and teach me. So in that process, I watched, I observed, I learned. I seen how men handled their kids. I seen how my father handled us. I seen how my uncle handled us, how my uncles handled their kids. So it taught me how to be a father.
did you know?
The
Did you
bounty
know
hunters
some
taught
cats
me.
like Tavi and Ray Boys and those cats, Joe? Did you know any?
How many
I mean, I
times?
know you're younger.
How many times you gonna ask me this question in interviews, man?
Well, sometimes I like to
Yeah,
go
but
back over and see.
I know all of them, homie. They're my big homies. They're my
No,
real,
but
respectable big
hold on.
homies.
Don't take it personal. Why I asked you that is because I want to know what was the relationship. What did you get from those individuals?
Okay, prime example. Seeing Joe perspective to me was more or less aggression. You know, he was kick back, laid back, cool, but aggression, not to be fucked with. Oh, I need to get a piece
Mhm.
of that DNA. Let me take a piece of Joe. Seeing the big homie Ray, straight teacher, scholar, a professor, a motherfucker that you want to sit there and just listen to all day, speak and talk, because he's gonna tell you the truth. He's gonna teach you some things. You know what I'm saying? TC taught me my left hand jab, how to stick, uppercut. So it's like I took little bits and pieces from each one and I learned as a youngin'
Got
coming up. And not just
got
them, the homie Pistol Pete, rest in peace. The homie, big homie, Pistol Pete, Big Poncho, rest in peace. I mean, I can go on and on, man. It's a lot of my big homies. Big
right.
Preach, rest in peace. Cornbread. So it's like I grew up literally watching these cats. Big Hype. You know what I'm saying? Me, I watched these cats growing up, bro. So each time I got a chance to be around them, being intertwined with conversation, or if I was just sitting there with the rest of the other homies and just hearing cats talk, I'm listening, I'm observing, I'm
So
watching.
was you at some point was you able to coil that anger or that aggression that you had with Tyrese or whatever you guys had between you? Were you able to sit down and actually have an open conversation with him where he could tell you how he felt and you told him how you felt?
Yeah, I took. That's what I said earlier when I said we went back, we revamped it, we had a sit down, we had a meeting about it, and we squashed everything. So I went
Mm.
back in on Waist Deep. They called me back in, and I did a character role, but it's on the. If you put up the movie right now, I'm on the director's cut. I'm on the director's reel right now, bro. Feel me?
Got
Because they had already shot the film, shot everything in place as far as the meathead character. So what they brought me in and they wrote a character in for me, brought me in, paid me 5 racks for a day's of work, for 1 day of work, and I came in, I knocked the character out, bro. And when I came in, I got a standing ovation and applaud from the whole fucking cast and crew because they say this motherfucker can really act and he's talented. It wasn't about no some smashing, some bully shit. He really talented. So I showed them and proved to them that this was I really wanted to do and was trying to do with my life, bro. So
got you,
yeah,
got you.
so yeah, basically we straightened it all out, man. You know what I mean?
Good.
I
I'm good
mean,
to hear
if
that. So
we
let me
see each
just
other
get
right
this
now today
information
and
straight.
cross paths, it would be, hellos. You know what I'm saying? Because we done seen one another after that since then, and seen one another in cross passes or at certain events, and we give each other the nod or some or the handshake and keep it pushing.
So recently we just had an event with Ryan Coogler, right? Going to the bank. What was? Do you have any thoughts on that? On how that situation was handled with that brother, being that he's a film director of movies, great movies like Black Panther. And he went into the bank and wrote out a note because he wanted to be discreet, and he slid it to the teller, and then next thing you know, he winds up in handcuffs. Does that happen all too often to us because we're black men, even though
Come on, man. We need to face the facts of what stereotype really means, man, and that the shit is real, and that's ridiculous, bro. That you would take this brother, a known, renowned, worldwide director, man. You know what I mean, like he is, and I get it. I know that average people, some people may not know who he is, you know, because
I'm still here.
okay, yeah. Some people may not know who he is by face because he's the director. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of directors, you're not only promo runs and your face is being captured and seen a lot as much as the actors or actresses because they're promoting and selling the movie. The directors don't sell the movie. It's the actors and actresses that sell the movie. So you don't really get wind to who the directors are to these big films or to a film to after the film either hit or become a blockbuster film, and then it grows, and then they start showing the cast, and they narrow it down to the director, to who the director is. Because if you was to ask that question to the average black citizen right now today, I guarantee you they would have never told you that young cat, that the person who directed Black Panther was a youngster in his 30s. He would have never told you that because they would have never knew.
True. That's true.
They would swap it down. They would swap it down as the Mark Scorsese film or Oliver Stone, or they went right to the white boys because they got the names.
The talent we have as black men, you know what I mean? It's not limited. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He's a
definitely.
very talented individual.
I want to ask you a question, man. Right quick, man. I want to kind of flip it. I was watching your show about a week ago or so, right? And I kind of tapped in. I was kind of tapped in with you. I was trying to jump on the panel real quick. You had a few cats on the panel, like 4 or 5 cats on the panel. And again, this is me from the outside as the consumer at the moment, voicing my opinion. And I'm looking at this panel, I'm like, damn, man, it's most of these dudes on this panel. These niggas just on here to try to get some shine or be looked upon. Where's the real sincerity with this shit? Either you're not gang banging anymore and you really have real hopes to see change for the future for these kids, and these kids is having kids, or you just a hypocrite, period, altogether. And I say that to say this, man. I seen a lot of dudes on your panel, and a lot of niggas was praising this youngster, man. And again, this just my opinion. It don't have nothing to do with nothing else because I can give a fuck. I don't have a hatred in my bone. I don't have an envy in my bone about that man because I get my own just like the next thing get. I get mine. My whole thing is I represent the truth and I represent facts. So a lot of cats don't know how to separate the two. They don't know how to separate the truth and facts to bullshit. So my thing is, I see this panel and I hear all these cats on here and everybody they praising the guy who went to jail, the Mac cat, the 5'5". They praised the 5'5" dude, right? So I sit back and I go, well, damn, man, how does this shit really work? How does this internet shit go, man? For the buffoonery or the fuckery or the dumb shit, you get all the praise and all the glory in the world. But for the real activists that comes on here who really try to speak on real challenge of change, like yourself, bro, and others, and myself, it's like we've been looked upon a certain way. Or then you got to hear all the negative ass bullshit comments, which is that's just opinion. You're tired of that. But it's just, again, it's like, that shit ain't the truth. It ain't the real. But if you want to get with your clothes on, and you got a big ass tattoo on your chest to say Bumblebee, it gets you attention. So my thing was, how is all these cats on this panel supposed to be OGs or real individuals or leaders or activists, and they want to see change, but all I'm hearing is cats are glorifying a young nigga who's still actively a gangbanger. And he says he's a gangbanger. He's a gangbanger, not a gang member. He's a gangbanger. He gangbang. He's tatted up. He got enemy shit all on his fucking forehead, all on his face. Now, just currently, recently, he just went and got 2 more new disrespected tattoos on his arms. So it's like, bro, how do we praise this shit? Because if that's the case, niggas might as well stay in the streets and been gangbangers. Why is niggas on the internet being bangers and then represent the kids or talk about saving the kids or feeding the homeless and all that? Yeah, that's all fine and dandy, bro. But if your heart ain't really behind this shit, then all of that shit means nothing. There ain't no truth, bro. So that's the way I see it.
Okay.
Either you in,
well, a lot of it had to do with a lot of it had to do with perception and experience of the reality. So a lot of times we interpret things in a way of maybe there's something in our mind or something in our heart that we have to use as to get it out, right? And we'll see things that's reflective of our own life, but at the same time we know that it's wrong, right? So
right.
when you're dealing with, I told Crip Mac that you can't give out $100 bills, hugs, and pizzas, and then go. The two don't make sense. You understand? But at the same time, he seems to believe what he's doing is right because he got a heart and he want to be right, right? But he still
Right.
got other people poking at him, right? Poking at him.
And I,
So he feel
and I see
he's
that.
mind he has to
I see that
defend.
too.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think
I,
I
and
think
I
I
see
think
that
he's
too,
growing.
man.
I think he's growing and he got a great potential. You know what I mean? And hopefully that he's able to find that right path to where he sincerely dedicates his life to helping the homeless, helping kids, and all the things that he want to do because he's sincere about it. But at the same time, you're right. That was on his forehead or what was on his
You
arm is
can't,
not.
you can't, you can't listen, man. You can't take the steps and the measurements of growth without change. You can't take the steps and measurements of change without growth. You can't take neither one without the sincerity of your heart, bro. You can't have a fuck. You can't say I'm saving the world today and then go to the tattoo parlor and you got BK, PK, and killers on your arm, bro. You got these fresh new tattoos. So how the fuck you gonna stop? My heart want me to stop. No, bro. I'm in a position now where shit, I just get worse. Fuck it, because I'm who I am now, and everybody like me. I just get worse. So my whole thing is this: do we praise this, or how do you teach it? You said yourself, you and the other brother, it's the homie from Carter Park,
Right off.
yeah, Bright Out. Y'all try to reach out and really, really talk to the youngin and get at him, right? Now, a part
Uh-huh.
of the youngster, the thing with this is what I see. The young nigga don't know, man. If he had the right individual in his ear, a big homie, a real big homie, sit his ass down, say, hold on, nigga. You got a shot. You got something that others don't got right now, and you got a shot. I mean, you got a chance. And as a big homie who really love you, check this out, my nigga. All that shit got to disappear. Either you in or you out. You want this over here or you don't. Because them white folks ain't gonna take you for all this, bro. It's only so far you gonna go with it. It's only so much you gonna get out of that. But when it comes to the big shit, they not touching it, bro, because there's liability situations going on. You know what I'm saying?
So,
And then it's not
so,
professional.
so
So my whole thing is,
fine. That's fine. So,
huh?
but that's fine, and I know we touched on that. So let's go back and touch on because I'm constantly amazed by the ability of words, and I'm human experiences to expand who we are as individuals. So, as the individual, as you are, you entered the industry, right? You've been a part of movies, right? How has that made you better today?
By learning, listening, observing, watching, experiences, going through certain things, taking L's as well as wins.
So the
And I'm
people
still here.
around
I'm focused. And I'm
people
focused.
around
See,
you had
huh?
an impact on you, right? The people around you had
Say
an
what?
impact. The people that was around you had an impact, right?
Yeah, because if it's not influencing me, I ain't fucking with it. I ain't touching it. If it's not something
So,
that's on the same measurement of where I'm going, I don't even want to be involved, bro.
so my question to you,
You know what I'm saying?
there's a social component to everything we do, and the social component consists of team building, communication, and also it has a conflict resolution. Because the key to life in itself is conflict resolution. Because as people, we always have these coming and going, up and down, interpersonal, you know, transfer of information, or maybe we heard something wrong, or we might not have heard it right, but the person didn't mean it that way, and we got to go back and reiterate. This is part of what we do as humans, right? So
Right.
life is really just practice, bro. We just hope we get good at it at some point. So we're gonna always have these issues as humans because we're growing. We always on the learning curve. And there's always, BJ, there's always more to know. We can't possibly get it right every day, although we would like to, but still sometimes we fall short of that. But what I want to know from you is what are you gonna do as far as how do you contribute to the kids, and what do you give to them to make them better when you in there, when they're in your circle, or they seeing you do what you do? Because everybody's always inspired people that's in the entertainment business or in the music business or athletes and all that kind of sort of stuff, right? And you seem to
Right.
be yourself deeply entrenched in that. So what can you give these kids that's coming and watching you right now?
Well, for one, I want to say this again. Like I say, shout out to the youngin' man. Nothing but respect to him. I don't take nothing from it. It's just my thing is I hate seeing us as the people, and we be in certain positions, and then this disadvantage being took a part of because certain cats don't know certain shit right. When a youngster really, he's a brand, bro. He's really a brand, and he can really take himself to certain levels with the right individuals behind him. So my advice to a lot of young
But
cats, when I'm around them, and when I'm speaking to them, huh?
I'm saying if he don't want to change, there's nothing you and I can do about it. All we can do is give
Oh yeah,
him the
no, I'm going into elaborate on what your question was.
okay.
So what I'm saying is, so when I tell others, again, the same thing. It's like, bro, look, if this is something you're really trying to do and you really, really want to be involved, you got to know within yourself your limits, what you're willing to do, what you're not wanting to do. And you got to be sincere with self first, bro, before you can take yourself and put yourself involved in any structure, any organization, or be on anybody's team. Self got to be right. If you're not loyal within yourself, homie, don't go over there fucking around with that team, bro. Because them dudes over there is loyal. And niggas gonna see through that immediately. They gonna see through it. If it's not loyal, they getting rid of you. Simple, bro. So it's like if you're gonna be involved into whatever your endeavor is out here, man, just be sincere within yourself first. And then the people around you, once you got that eye, that third eye open within self, and self is right, it'll give you the opportunity and advantages to better see others around you. Okay, hold on. Let me get this away from me. Let me push this out the way because this ain't right. But if this ain't right, then you ain't gonna see nothing. So everything is just you can be hit, you can be hot, the hottest shit right there, right then and there. But everything around you is just using you, capitalizing off of you, because there ain't really no love because you're not right within self. If self is right, then you better handle your business right. Meaning you better handpick and appoint and put your team together like you're supposed to make sure those people around you really got your good intentions. You got motherfuckers around you, they ain't got your intentions, bro. What the fuck you got them around you for?
Right, right. So it's
Why
the
they on the
lone wolf
payroll?
that dies. Listen, BJ, it's the lone wolf that'll die in the winter, but the team will survive all 4 seasons.
All 4 seasons, bro. All the time. Cause team ain't spelled with I. It ain't spelled with no damn I. You don't find an I nowhere in team.
Right,
You feel me?
right.
Nothing is built on I, bro. No success is built on I. You feel me? No man on earth can say, I built my success by myself. It's
Because
impossible, bro.
one thing I noticed when you was relating the story about Tyrese, you called him Reese Cup, of course, but you also mentioned that he had this person around him. He had that person around him. So he had a team around him to help make the situation come to a medium, right? It wasn't
Right.
just him that you had to, you know what I mean? Because you had to go through other people to get to where he was at, right? Because I've been around him, and I think he's a fair minded individual. And I don't know what his attachment is to now that you said what you said. I didn't know that about. He wasn't really from Watts, but I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. But uh, demographics and geographics don't really make the man. It's what's in the heart that makes him. You know what I mean? Because
Right. Right. I agree. I agree. It's just if a person, if that's a man's choice of prerogative, he choose not to stamp himself from being in a certain place or being from over here because of his growth and his achievement and his success, then so be it, bro. I can respect that. I'm just telling you what the facts was. I'm just giving it to you what was facts.
yeah,
I
no, no,
mean, shit.
I understand that.
You know what I mean?
So
It's a lot of cats. It's a lot of cats out here consider themselves. You can say you from Watts, but then a real Watts native, a nigga who's been in the streets and been out here all his life, they tell you the same thing. You ain't from Watts because he probably ain't never seen you in the streets to see you. But that don't make you not be from Watts. That don't make you not a real native out of Watts because you went in the streets, bro. Everybody went in these streets. You feel me?
so
On some real honest shit, homie, from my heart. I wish I would have never in my life experienced this shit. These motherfucking streets. I could have been a scholar, homie, a professor, a billionaire twice in my life by now, man. I could be any motherfucking thing I chose to be in my life, bro, because I had that background setting already. I had great parents. I had great teaching. I chose to go fucking left and rebel and do wrong after I lost my parents. I made that choice, homie. So I swallowed that pill. And that's why I was able to be out of it and make my transitions and my changes, bro, and give my life and my heart back to God and get that nigga's red suit back after 30 years. Here, nigga, take this suit. I wore it proudly for you. You seen I was one of your number one A warriors. You got me shot up, nigga. I rose out my body twice, nigga, from death. My spirit literally rose out my body. I could see my body, nigga, from death twice. Hit with a K, fofo, the whole nine, nigga. I did my shit for you. I'm going home. So I went and got my wings back, man, from my father. And I'm right here, bro. I ain't going nowhere. And I speak this shit from the heart. It's not no hypocritical shit. It's from my heart, bro. You feel me? So that's why I say, if we gonna do this, man, and cats gonna be on here, we gotta really, really be in this shit all the way. We can't be in it half of the way. And I'm gonna use this quick scenario as an example why I say that, why I say you can't be in it half of the way and part of the way.
okay.
I'm gonna take us back about 20, 22, 23 years ago, bro, during the peace treaty era, right? I'm the only nigga. I'm the only blood crip activist, only individual from out of Watts and Compton with Batman, Green Eyes, Big Rock, Dawu Sherrills, Akila Sherrill, all these cats is known activists and was pushing the line in the envelope back then, all of us. But I'm the only one had enough sense. I'm the only one had the vision and seen it and stepped up and spoke out and said, hey, check this out. I need to holler at you, homie. Step in your office right quick. I need to holler at you. And I took Jim Brown in his motherfucking office on the sidebar and got me a $7,500 check about his ass because he took $2 million out of Watt's mouth. He took $2 million, and I'm telling you right now what motherfuckers are scared to say on the internet, scared to say, period. So I'm gonna be the nigga that's gonna tell it. Jim Brown took $2.5 million from fucking Watts, nigga. We had a major endorsement shoe deal going on. Hightower, rest in peace from Great Street. We put this shit together, bro, packaged it, and these niggas took it to Jimmy, and Jim got a hold to it somehow, and the white folks got a hold to it and ran with it, Nike, and they ran with it. We've seen no fundings.
What do you think?
And
What do
that's
you think
what
he did
fucked
with
us.
the money?
Hold on. And that's what fucked us up from a funding perspective when it came down to us being able to go back to these neighborhoods and put jobs together and do things for our youngsters and our kids to keep our peace treaty at bay, bro. It put us in a limbo. So we had to turn back around and come up with another game plan. That's when we came up with the grassroots idea, and the grassroots idea was sports. So we brought the basketball, baseball, football children into the activities, and that kept us at bay. But Jim Brown took $2.5 million from us, man, from Watts. And I'm the only motherfucker, the only individual that stood up at that goddamn rally, at that meeting at his house with all these gang representatives from Los Angeles, from you name it, every sector of Los Angeles, West Side, East Side, Compton, T. Rogers, you name it. I'm the only motherfucker walked out there with a check. Jim walked out there with the big checks, and I'm the only nigga walked out there with some change in my pocket because I wasn't going for it. Straight up, homie. And that's why I mean by either we really in it or you not in it. I was really in this shit to see peace and to see change. But nigga, you not gonna come along and take something from us, and I'm really trying to really be in this shit. I'm getting out the streets for real, for real. Oh no, well, I might as well go back to being
What did you do with it?
Huh?
What did you do with your piece of change?
Oh, well, first of all, I got into an argument with the Great Streets because they was giving me a ride back to the projects. And I told them niggas, pull over, nigga, I get out with any one of you niggas in this motherfucking van right now, nigga. I ain't giving you niggas a dime of my money. Because Young Chop got to talk about, man, BB, man, what's up, BB? Beat my ass, nigga, this is mine. That was my money. What you mean what I did with it, nigga? It's my money.
Well, I'm just saying, so what makes you different from Jim?
I flipped it, man. I flipped it, man. Yeah, I made my 75 into 35. Yeah, I flipped it.
Okay.
If you must know, I flipped it, man.
Okay, I'll just ask it. Because I don't know what Jim
I did what I do with all mine. I flipped it, man. I do flip-flop backs, man.
So let me
but no, man.
Well, right on, BJ. Right on. With all the degradation and ignorance and disrespect has partially made us all victims of the mental drive-by, right? Even including yourself and myself, right? And when I say the mental drive-by, sometimes the way we relate to one another or the way we speak in the tonality which we speak and phraseology, we got to be on point with that because we can't really articulate a beautiful story or try to convey what we're saying when we use every other word is a curse word. How do you deal with that, brother?
In agreement. You're right. I mean, I myself, I correct myself about it at times as well. So you're right. I'm in agreement. I can't dispute that because I don't know, man. But then again, it's two sides to it. Let me put it like this: it's two ways and two sides. I'm in agreement with what I'm in direct agreement with what you're saying. But then again, you have to realize that when you're trying to deliver a certain message to get a certain point across, and you talking to certain caliber type of individuals, amen, the modest, the humble talk ain't gonna cut it, bro. Sometimes you have to go down to that seems that way. I'm just put it like this. You have to go to that pedestal to get that type of attention. You have to become that. This is why I'm cast on the internet. I only say, huh?
I'm gonna show you where you're wrong at. Do you think?
All right, I stand for correction, Big Mel. No problem. But I'm gonna just use this as an example. Go ahead. Tell me why I'm wrong.
Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, the guy that owned Amazon. Do you think that in their board meetings that this is the type of language they use to get the things done that they have done? Just
we talking corporate and we talking about dialogue. And we talk corporate, we talking about dialogue. We're not talking business, we talking about dialogue in general.
Regardless of what section you sitting in or area, you still got to be able to, because you catch more bees with honey than you do with S. You know what I'm saying? It's just that. Because bees ain't sitting around explaining to flies why honey is better than the S. They just not. That's just the bottom of the line. But we grew up, and I understand we grew up in these spaces, in these communities, articulating and relating in certain ways, but at the same time, how it has it been good for us or bad for us? At some
Oh,
point, we
man.
got to look at that.
No, it's definitely been bad, Mel. This is why I take myself and use myself as my own examples of growth, bro. I know where I come from, and me personally, would never in a lifetime have that kind of dialogue and conversation. I'm entwined in a meeting. It's not gonna happen, bro, because I know my business entity. I'm just sitting here having stipulating dialogue with you. We elaborate on different things, and I'm spitting dialogue with you. But at the same token, you're definitely right about when we're trying to get the point across, or we're speaking on certain dialogue or intellect, based on topics, and we're trying to really get a significant point across to our people, then it is a certain way that we need to articulate and relate that, whether they understand it or they really can perceive it or not. It's about us and our delivery. And you absolutely right, bro. And me, I've grown a whole lot as far as bringing myself out of the profanity aspect of things, and now I'm really, really trying to throw that N word up out of my vocab altogether, like I had it, like it used to be. But being the fact, and I only say this, I say this, and it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse, but I'm gonna say it, and it's not an excuse. I used to use it as an excuse, and so I've grown out of coming to facts with myself. When I'm talking to ninjas, I gotta talk to a ninja like a ninja, and I have to tell myself, hold on, man. Just because that ninja want to act like a ninja, and be a Negro over there, don't mean you
Uh
need to take yourself off this pedestal as being the king you are and talk to that ninja. Then just stop talking to that ninja altogether, then, because he ain't hearing you. And that's where
Right.
I'm growing to come from. Because,
I got you.
one thing about I got a whole situation with Charlie White, as the world knows Charleston White. I got a whole situation with Charlie. And
Uh-huh.
Charlie, out of all every nigga in this West, Charlie respect me to the fullest because of the conversations that we have held. But the fact what I told Charlie is, and one thing I learned from that man is something is this, man. And when he told me this shit, that the old man told him, because somebody taught it to him. And when he told me, I just sit back as the individual I am, man. Like certain things you said, being on this internet, I've grasped a hold to it. I'm like, oh, damn, okay, just taught me something. But the man said to me, man, his philosophy was this. He said, man, big homie, he said, Cap, the old man told me, stop talking to these niggas, man. Stop even having conversations with niggas. And then I go, he said, why did he tell you that, Charlie? He said, because what happens when you have a conversation with niggas? It all ends up in a debate or argument. Nobody talks with stipulation of dialogue and understanding. It's all about debate or argument, or who's the toughest, or who the baddest, or who done what. And when you sit back and you think about this, you're like, damn, that carries a lot of weight and analogy that what was said, bro. Because if it's 4 or 5 of us, and you're speaking on something of the truth, and I mean the actual truth, instead of us 3 really perceiving that truth from you, 2 of us become debaters, and we don't even know what the hell we talking about. So now there go your argument, and you're really speaking truth, facts.
Yeah.
So they kind of clinged on to my mind, man. And I thought about this. So I was like, damn. So it started really making me start checking myself to the question. All right, well, look, Cap, if you know your growth and you know your strength and your stability, continue to grow. And if you're going to continue to grow, then you cannot allow yourself to step back a few steps to deal with nigga shit then. Then let the niggas be niggas. You continue to prosper, to grow, and be the king and the man and the brother you're put out to be. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, let me
I
say
can't
this. I
say the
want
world.
you to understand that. And I want you to notice that God created black men and black women, right? But America created ninjas. So we don't have to be that.
Right. And you said that
Yeah.
before. You said that before.
Yeah.
They created that whole, check this out. I watched if you get a chance, go check out uh goddamn Tales of the Hood 2. Go check that film
Uh-huh.
out, that movie. That movie right there last night opened my eyes up this wide, bro. When he
What
told
you
the
in there?
story about the Googie Dow, about the Black Dow.
Uh-huh.
the Negro down,
Uh-huh.
and then every fucking African American in the world needs to look at that damn movie and just listen to the story. The hell with the movie, the hell with the entertainment. Listen to the message because that's exactly what it was. A strong ass message to us. And we still didn't even hear the message. Niggas will just look at the movie. Cats will just look at the movie and look at the entertainment. But I caught the message last night, bro, because when I heard it, I paused it. I grabbed my notes, I started writing, and I rewound it a couple of times. And I just listened to the message, bro. And I was like, damn. I was mesmerized, homie, from what was taught to us over the years and what was taught to us in history, and to hear how this brother was speaking and facts of history on how that came about. The same topic we're speaking on right now, of what you just said, how America made that. I just seen it last night, bro, and you absolutely right. 1,000% right.
Right. Right.
And we adapted to it and grabbed it and we ran with it.
Man, we gotta just we see the thing is, BJ, all spaces are filled with something. It's either positive, negative, but we get to pick which one we want to be in as an individual because the life we have, we fashion them with our two hands. Your two hands fashion your life. Wherever you at and whatever you're doing right now, you made that happen. You're responsible for that, right? So, I mean, I applaud the fact that you've been in the entertainment. You was able to participate in other movies, but there's another side to it that where you can elevate and get up over the obstacles that people been throwing you, and how you that you got to add the social component to yourself. The social component is where you become, you build rapport and be in a continuance of commonality by mirroring, matching things that you see, but also making those things better to where people are like, oh, man, I can't believe wait a minute, he just rearranged that thing and did it this way. I like the way he did it. And they go with that. So that's part of that, being in those spaces around those individuals and being able to, understand that a lot of them cats that you be around in the industry, we know that they're not really that person, but they portray it, you know what I mean? When we see it, we like, man, come on, man, stop it. you know?
Wow. Yeah, man. So yeah, it's been a journey, man. But like I said, man, just my kids is what really put me in this position, bro, to humble myself and really take myself about this retirement layer, man. It was my kids, homie. Having this my set of twins I have four total, but having my set of twins, man, it really just took me to that level of course my manhood and just having that strength and stability to just want to just build
So
and
to
build
give
and
you an
build.
example, to give you an example to show you how sick our people are and the mental side that exists in it, people are more interested in know if you told or didn't tell, but they not don't even hear they didn't even hear the fact that you raised twin boys by yourself. They didn't even hear that part. But they more interested in some gossip or some things that has never been proven. You know what I'm saying? And they want to ask that question. That shows you that because that's because our abnormal thinking has become normal to some of our people, and they don't realize that they mind or the way they how they get these things and frame it in their head, and then they want to verbalize it, but they only verbalize it because they heard someone else say it or they heard someone, and a lot of that stuff could be 100% wrong, but they
Yeah,
don't
it's the
even know.
motherfuckers in the basements again. It's the motherfuckers down in them basements sitting in the baby mama house somewhere else, sitting in the car. Again, man, we don't care nothing about that shit, man. I
No,
ain't.
no, no. That's what I had to explain it in a way to let them know that I'm already
Yeah,
well aware of what they're doing, but don't, if that's the way they want to try, if that's the only thing they can come up with, they probably on the wrong channel or they on the wrong platform. You know what I mean? Because I'm about peace. I'm about love. I'm about bring, bridging the gaps and building up. I build up way before I tear down. That's
right,
just me. You
right.
know, a
Yeah,
lot of people
yeah.
come in and tear down. And we got to stop that as a people because we'll never get to where we're going.
You genuine, bro. it's like, look, man, real really see real, bro, and real recognize real. You know that old saying, and it's like you just a genuine brother, man. You're a genuine person, so therefore, I have no problem with sitting down and we do this collective dialogue like we're doing as men, bro. And I have no problem with learning as well as a man. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
It's crazy, like you say, how we as a culture, we as our people, no matter if how the truth is told, ignorance will still be bliss, man. No matter how the truth is told, motherfucking ignorance will still be bliss. Motherfuckers will still turn around after you've showed the truth, you acknowledge it, but still be bliss with ignorance. Hey man, I don't know what to tell you, dumbass man. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. You feel me?
Hey,
That shit
BJ,
is
but
crazy,
we
man.
gotta continue to do what we do and move forward, bro, because we can't get nowhere looking in the rearview mirror.
No,
Nowhere.
man. Shit. That's when you look in the rear view, that what the next say, that's behind you. Everything in the rear is behind you. You feel me?
Right,
It don't sit right in front, it's behind you.
right.
So yeah, man, it's it's like I say, it's been a journey. And for me, man, being a father is the greatest thing and it has been the greatest moment I could have ever captured in my life, bro. Because I started out young, 17. I was forced in a situation by my mom's to take on a pregnancy that I didn't want, and the person I got pregnant, she was a gang associate, and so this wasn't something we planned, and we were young kids, you know what I mean? So I wasn't prepared, bro. But being able to grow in my life and to be able to for motherfuckers to sit here and talk this, let me just say this. For individuals to speak and stereotype and not really hear the message, it just goes again when I resort back to bliss and ignorance, right? I pulled two kids out of a woman's womb. Who does that? Men do.
That's amazing, man.
Men do. Not cowards, not
Right,
ninjas. Men do.
absolutely.
Devoted fathers. You feel me?
Right.
I pulled my twins out of her womb. I would have delivered my firstborn son as well, but I missed his birth by 10 days. I got hit, I got raided, and I missed his birth by 10 days on to pull my firstborn son out of the womb. So I pulled my twins out of the womb, and that changed everything for me, man, as far as my dynamics and my outlook on certain things. It's everything, bro, because I was able to have that experience. You know what I'm saying? And that's something man, experience it
Hey, let me say
one
this
of my
though, BJ.
greatest moments in my life, bro.
You got a lot of spunk, agility. You got savvy. You're a business guy, right? You can be anything you want to be, man. You just gotta, man. And you also wiry. I dig that about you. You know what I mean? Because I know that you very passionate about what you're doing, and what you're going to do. So I applaud you to that, brother. Continue to do what you do, man. Let that line shine, but and just let your heart be pure, man, and don't be affected by the naysayers, sidewalk critics, because a lot of these dudes that be talking, they belong to the sidewalk, man. They never been from the streets, so we don't deal with sidewalk critics. They don't have no place or standing in our life because they don't know what it took for us to walk that line we walk. They don't know.
Don't even give them the energy.
Don't give them the energy, man. And you know what?
Absolutely, man.
As it come to Charleston White or Whack 100, any of those individuals, right? I'm not angry at none of them because they make points, and the points that they make hurt, and people get
Hurt.
when they get hurt, they only thing they want to do is overreact. See, I don't want to. I want to intellectually respond. I don't want to emotionally react. I want to intellectually respond instead of emotionally react. That's where I'm at with it. But I understand people get into these exchanges and be overly concerned about what Wack doing and Wack not doing, or Charleston White doing, or even yourself, what BJ doing. But I think everybody can be amazing in their own self right. And we got to give you the opportunity to show us who you are. Not that
Right,
I just make an assumption or judgment or because a lot of times when people are thinking, it's all going on inside their head and don't exist nowhere else.
right,
You
right.
know?
Like let me share this with you guys. Let me share this with you real
Okay.
fast. My encounter and my introduction to Charlie, aka Charleston White. I gave him the name Charlie White.
Uh-huh.
Charlie White. Charlie White is the renowned, known activist. Charlie White is the motherfucker who went in there with them white folks and cuss the white folks off, talk this shit, and go ham from an activist standpoint. Charlie White. Must respect. I said, Mom, I don't give a fuck about Charleston White, man, because Charleston White is a character. And you told the
Uh-huh.
world that. And you say, man, you the only one who ever got it, man. You the only one who ever got it, big homie. It's a character, big homie. You feel me? When I
Uh-huh.
talked to that man, the very first night we talked, we got on the phone, we was introduced to a third party. The young homie Toon TV connected us and put us together. And we got on the phone for 2 hours. We talked, bro. And that man not one time tried to overtalk me, talked out of line of disrespect, said nothing about F blood, F cuz, none of that. My first thing I told that brother, when I got on the phone, I said, bro, I'm calling you, homie, to extend to you as a man to another man because I want to know the actual facts and the truth as to why you feel the way you feel. What led you to that aspect? And he broke it all down to me, Mel, and gave it all to me, uncut. And
Yeah,
then
see.
and he went on so far to even tell me, brother, he said, big homie, I cherished you brothers down there, man. I cherished LA, California.
He did.
But see, in the midst of all that, see, that's why I told you when I came on your show before, when you take a coin, you flip it in the air, you got two choices. Somebody can call tails, somebody can call heads. But when it comes down, it's gonna come down on one of those sides. So when you telling the story, it's the same way. You got a person telling the story, but then does the story have facts to it? So when we got to win to who this character was, individuals in the streets, all they did was act on their feelings. I did it total opposite. I already knew whenever I come across this dude, because they was already trying to get us to class. They had sent DMs in his DM telling him to go on my page, get at this dude, Bonnie Hunter BJ, man, and da. He never bit. He never came after me, bro. And they tried him. They tried to get him to come at me. Tried to tell him, man, I ain't touching that. And I didn't fuck with it because I already knew my angle, how I'm gonna get at this brother. So when I got at him, and we sit down, man, I had to dialogue with this dude in the mix of it, end up learning some shit, man, based on what he was trying to project and give to other brothers on our coast, and they didn't see it. They didn't perceive it. They couldn't see it. They didn't see the vision. So I'm not gonna go into depths. Me and him got something in store to plan where the story's gonna be told, but he told the story to me. Feel me? On what happened and who's supposed to be betrayed him and what took place and all these things to turn him into that frame of mind. And then on top of it, he said, man, I'm gonna keep it 100. I was just fucking around. I watched the movie and I seen Dolomite and I said, damn, this ain't
That
never
is
character.
that's a good way to put it,
Dolomite is
though.
characters, right?
Yeah,
He said,
yeah, yeah.
Dolomite is character. He said, so I took the Dolomite, man, and I ran with it, Cap. He's just a character. Oh, you the only man got on this phone that ain't never been in your feelings, bro. These niggas be in their feelings. And I say, this is why when you come on the internet and you got a cat who's speaking on facts and the truth, it really hurts. See, the hell with how he said it's the message. The real message is what I always heard from him. He said, fuck this and fuck that and fuck the blue, fuck the red. I heard the message, bro. And what he said is, we doing this shit, and he fucking right. We constantly doing it. We are the oppressors. We are our enemies. But we don't want to hear the message. You ain't gangbanging no more. Remember, you 50, you 45, you don't gangbang. So why the fuck do you care about some man from another state talking about fuck the red and the blue if you don't gangbang and your heart is in for change? Listen to the message. And that's what I did, bro. That's why I never allowed him to never put myself on that pedestal to let that man come after me or me argue with him over the internet, bro. Because I wasn't clout chasing. For one, I wasn't cloud chasing. And I knew that, okay, if I want to, if I want to get bigger, I want my shit to explode. Let me just go out to Charlie White right quick. I'm going to blow out the water. I ain't fuck with that, bro. I've given that man his respect, just like the man's giving me my respect, bro, my props. Feel me?
Man, talk your stuff, DJ. Talk your stuff, man. Talk your stuff, man. I say talk your stuff, DJ. Talk your stuff, man.
So I just want to share that with you, King Mill, man, how, I took that and I flipped that situation into something positive and constructive. Not unlike others, bro. The first thing everybody come on the internet and did, they try to clap at that dude because your intentions weren't good in the first place. You did what you did because you knew what your intentions were. If I say anything negative against him, I'm on. They gonna be watching me. I got clout now. Oh shit, it's on and cracking. I could have been down there a year ago. A year ago, I could have been on Charlie bumper. He could have been on my bumper a year ago. Neither one of us bit into it. Chose not to. A1, I'm not finna play them games. I explained that to him up front, expressed that to him. I'm not one gonna sit in the internet with you or sit in a room or the same room with you and you're gonna disrespect me on some levels like that. I move too fast. They have to get me off you, nigga, before I allow that to happen. I told him this, bro. And he couldn't do nothing but respect it. Because I meant that shit. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't Mob James, homie, is what I told him. We not finna play them games. That's why you didn't get that kind of phone call from me, bro. You feel what I'm saying?
I think
it was about
as the James, right? James was showing, as the Mob James, I think James was showing resilience and strength because James was very capable of ending the whole show right then and there. I'm telling you, I know James really well at this point because I sit down and talk through dialogue, and I know that.
All right, I'm gonna say this now. This is where I'm gonna cut you off and tell you wrong.
Okay.
Go back and listen to Charlie's show, bro. All this shit was rigged up, was fake from the very beginning, man. It was all rigged up for clout and for fucking views, bro. They called that man to get on the show in the first place, bro. If you want to be technical. See, this is why I say niggas is hypocrite. Motherfuckers got to stop playing hypocrite and stop faking on this internet, man. You either really in and you really in for change or telling people the truth. Stop fucking lying and faking like you this and it ain't that. Man, this shit was rigged up. So all that shit was rigged up, man.
I can get that information from Charleston White.
Go to Vlad's show. Go to Vlad. Go watch the White Boy show right now and watch Charlie telling the shit, bro. He told it out his own mouth, man. Go watch Charlie tell it out his own mouth. Hey, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Look, the shit was rigged up anyway, man. They called me, man, asked me to make a James. Still call me and say, make a James, get on the show, man, and come down there and holler at the kids, man. And boom, boom, boom. I'm just telling you what the man said, bro.
No, I follow you.
And then not only that, he told me himself, homie, in our conversation, bro. He told me. He ran it all down for me, bro. So this is what I'm saying.
Now I got to go get James and bring James to the show. And I got to ask James that question.
Well, I'm sure he probably listened to you tonight. If he ain't listening tonight, let me ask him. Go watch the video, bro. He said out his own mouth, bro. I'm telling you what the man told me and what he said on air to everybody, not just me on the phone. He said it to the whole world. He said, man, all that shit was rigged up.
I want you to do me a favor, right? I want you to do me a favor, right? I want you to tell us, as when it comes to our kids, the youngest that's coming up now, what would be the best approach to take with them in order to get them to change the mindset in the direction of which they're going? Because I'm finna try to end this because I'm still not fully 100% on, being well, but and I enjoyed you most definitely, but I want you to take us out with something that we can give to the kids.
Okay, and I didn't know you were sick, man. Take care of that, get well, man. But yeah,
thank you, man.
To all my youngers out there, man, listen, man. First and foremost, The type of mentors that you want to follow and listen to, if you don't have a father in your life and an uncle, you have to some point, man, the young men are the young boys. If you want to grow to become a man, bro, you got to get you a mentor in your life. You got to get somebody in your life, bro, who's living by example, who can be influenced to you. If you're not around people who are
Hello, can you guys hear me? Said BJ
the only
there.
way you're gonna survive, that's the only way you're gonna, disperse through any obstacles in your life is being educated, bro. You can sit here and look at these videos and think because the next hottest artist that you see with this prop money, and you think because he got all this prop money, you're gonna be the next hottest shit. It ain't for everybody, bro. Everybody can't rap, everybody can't sing, everybody can't produce a beat. What happened to the doctors, the lawyers, in-house police, in-house detectives, in-house SWAT men for SWAT, terrorists, home security, homeland. Y'all not thinking, young homies. Y'all thinking in the box, not out the box. Ask yourself that famous question. I'm 19 years old. Where I'm gonna be 5 years from now? I'm 18. Where I'm gonna be 5 years from now? I'm 17. Where can I be 5 years from now? Ask yourself that question, man. On
There
that
you go,
note,
man.
bro, I'm gonna close
Salute to
out.
BJ,
It's been
man.
a pleasure.
Hey,
I am Nino
we gotta do this
Cappuccino,
again.
man.
We gotta do this again,
Bless.
BJ. Where can they find you
Man,
at, man?
you get well, man. I didn't know you were sick over there, King. Get well, man.
Man, I appreciate you, man. Where can they find you at?
Oh, man, at 2 Trill West Records. Tap in, man. Go subscribe, push that like, share button, man, at both my, all three of my YouTube channels, man. As a matter of fact, I just established a new channel, man. Me and one of my cat, man, he's a real good friend of mine, man. He's a full-fledged Viking, bro. So we just started this new YouTube channel called African and a Viking Adventures. And where we
I love
travel,
it.
state to state, different countries. We finna be all over the place, bro. We eating wild foods. We hunting. Like we about to go hunting next month. We hunting. We fishing. But
That
primarily
it
we
is,
riding our
man.
quads. We riding
There
our
it is.
quads, our dirt bikes. We doing our thing, man. But so go tap in, tune in to my new YouTube channel, man, called African and the Viking, man. That's African with the and sign, Viking YouTube channel, man.
Hey,
Uh,
send me a link, BJ,
new
when you get a chance.
navigation.
Send me a link.
Got you, man. It's been a
Hey,
pleasure,
man,
Mill, man.
enjoy the rest of your evening, bro. I
You been
appreciate you.
tapped in and tuned in to the post, man. Rules of engagement, man. You already know, man. Watch. We
There you
are
go.
taught to survive, baby. Hub and
There you go.
dub, man.
Open the
Bam.
door. Out of there. Lock the door. Shout out to BJ, man, for coming in and giving that. Man, BJ got energy, guys, man. Shout out to the Mailroom Nation. Shout out to the Mailroom Goons, man. I appreciate having that dialogue with BJ. Lights Out, E Money, Grave Street, definitely Kev Moore, man, Family Man, Marlena Williams. Shout out to you guys for coming in here, man, and bearing with me, Jeb. Yeshua, man, I was getting your points. Yeshua, you was touching on them points, man. Michelle, definitely. Lawrence, you too, man. You was getting great points in there. I appreciate you guys, man. Kick C, man. Nick C, I mean. Sorry about that. I mean, you guys was on point. Andre, definitely. Bayou, man. And my boy Mo, man, he had a powerful question. I can't remember what it was, but Johnny Sullivan as well, man. All you guys did really well, man. I appreciate you guys jumping in. Yeah, Mo, you touched on something. Current affairs should be Carnelo Alvarez and fight. Okay. But anyway, man, we'll put up that part two, the ghost, tomorrow. I appreciate you guys, man. And I'm telling you, man, there's much more to this. And we only just beginning. I'm gonna take it to wherever we're gonna take it to. Sky's the limit. Matter of fact, we're gonna shoot for the moon. Even if we miss, we'll be amongst the stars. With that said, somebody lock the door. I'm out.